Welcome to this video. Before I reveal the 4 tips of overcoming overwhelm, let's look at some of the causes of this overwhelm. Starting something new. Although you may be very excited with your new project or business venture, the chances are you're going to have to do things you've never done before, and when there's too much of this at once, you can feel confused and overwhelmed. But there's nothing wrong with feeling confused when, for example, you're learning how to build a website from scratch. It's natural to experience confusion as part of the learning process. But as you gradually revisit the learning and put it into action, you start to get it. Secondly, where do you find the best software and what do you get? Do you need a website or a blog? Do you need an autoresponder or a way to drive traffic? And where's the best place to get the tools? Which are the best? And what if they're too expensive? Thirdly, having too many things to action at the same time. For example, you know you need a website and an autoresponder to send out emails, and you know that you need to make videos and blog posts, and before you know it, you've completely lost track of what you're trying to achieve. You also have a ton of new usernames and passwords, and they can't all be the same. Fourthly, time pressures. When are you going to do all this? And what if you only have 20 minutes one day and 30 minutes another day? And how is that enough time to learn something new and implement it? Finally, lack of support. Who do you turn to when you haven't got a clue what to do? And what if you need help right now? All of these can be enough to make even the most positive and determined person wonder whether to give up, as it's all too overwhelming and difficult. However, if you follow these following tips, which I will share, you will break through the obstacles and be able to succeed online. First tip to overcoming overwhelm: know what you need. The big picture. Map out the big picture before getting bogged down with the detail. So let's start simply. When you're starting to plan your online marketing business, there are 3 things basically you need, and everything else is the way of doing it. So firstly, you need a product, either your own or someone else's that you can sell as an affiliate. Secondly, you need a place where people will access or buy your product. This may be a website or a landing page or similar. Thirdly, you need traffic. That means people who are going to come and buy. And they will come to the place where your product is. This could be through building an email list and sending emails with product promotions, or through your own related Facebook group or page, or some other way that you could search for your ideal market and make your offer to them. Second tip to overcoming overwhelm: break down all the tasks into small timed segments. Each part of internet marketing, whether choosing a product, creating a product, building a website or blog, starting an email campaign, etc., is a learning curve in itself. You know the old expression, how do you eat an elephant? One mouthful at a time. So take one part of the whole, break it down into timed tasks of say 5 to 20 minutes each. The third tip is to diary the segments, but before we do that, before we plan where to put them in the diary, remember this: according to Harvard research, goals and actions which are written down have an 80% chance of happening, compared to only 8% if you don't plan and write it down. But first you're going to write in all your other commitments, e.g. your work, taking the kids to school, cooking a meal, eating with the family, shopping, social events, and even your sleep. Secondly, in all the hours left, write in some of the segments you've planned. It doesn't matter if you time them wrong, because just doing this exercise in itself will give you a sense of achievement and completion, and you'll feel more in control. All help with overwhelm. And the fourth tip to overcoming overwhelm is get support and or training when you are stuck. There are a whole range of places to get support when you're stuck. The first port of call for finding out how to do something, for example, used to be mainly Googling it. But now it's YouTube. Just put what you're stuck with into the search box and usually hundreds of videos appear. Secondly, if you're working on creating a website, for example, search for a Facebook group about building websites. In that group, you can ask about the bit you are stuck with. Invest in training as well, in the form of either online training or workshops where you can go and learn how to master specific aspects of online marketing. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to follow my journey from overwhelm to online success, please do visit my blog at rachelkentonline.com. Hope to see you there.